The Teroxx community, today we will talk about some stuff regarding Nvidia, mining, and as well crypto above 50k again. So Nvidia had new highs. The key highlight is a 6.51 billion revenue, 15% up in the quarter, and 1.04 billion earnings. In addition to this, Nvidia has new high-end gaming graphic cards, and they had a revenue of 3.06 billion. So quite nice numbers. But what we can see as well is that the mining revenue was predicted to be 400 million, but it was only 266 million, so quite lower than expected. There are multiple reasons why this happened. So first, all in all, Nvidia had limited the hash rate of gaming graphic cards. So they wanted to have enough chip supply for gamers due to gaming is bigger than mining for Nvidia. And on the other hand side, they want this China topic that the people not build up their rigs, but they moved from one country to another. So they could not buy new stuff to implement it, but they will do this once they settle to another country. So for Q3, we can expect quite high revenues, while this quarter or the last quarter was quite lower than expected. That does not mean that it was quite a bearish scenario or bearish quarter. It was a good one for the mining industry as well, but here you can see in terms of sales and numbers, it went down a little. Ethereum's rise to number one crypto seems to be done in the next 5 years, says Deverve Group CEO. So the flipping will be done, and he thinks Bitcoin is outperforming Bitcoin, while Ethereum is up 300%. Bitcoin is only up 55%. We're having two major stuff for Ethereum that are new. On the one hand side, the smart contracts. On the other hand side, Ethereum 2.0, and he thinks this is a game changer, and ultimately this will mean that its value will exceed that of Bitcoin probably within 5 years. BlackRock is invested in crypto mining firms holding 384 million of shares. All in all, they bought 6.71% of Marathon Digital Holdings and 6.61% of Riot Blockchain, and the 207 million worth of Marathon stock and 176 million worth of Riot stock is together this value of $384 million. So all in all, BlackRock is invested in Bitcoin mining companies. In January, they went into this market, and in April, they revealed that they bought 37 Bitcoin future contracts on the Chicago Mercantile Exchanges. So quite interesting to see that the huge companies are now investing directly into this market. And if we take a look on the 7-day performance, we can see that everything seems to be up. Just Ripple and Dogecoin went down a little, but all in all, the market was bullish on the weekend, while the days before were not that bullish. And we can easily see that. Well, we started this week with 2.034 trillion US dollars, went down below 1.9 billion, so quite a dip, and then the market went up, now hanging at 150, so up around 5.75%, even that we went down so hard between the days. Taking a look on Bitcoin, and I just printed it, so to speak, in over here. The market were held on quite a high level, and then we saw this breakout to 50k. But if we're starting with this week and the analysis, we can see that we had a resistance built at 48k. We then went down to around 44, and I always said that 44 is quite an important support for the market. And if I'm scrolling out, you can see we touched these levels over here again, and it was flipped to a support before built a formal resistance. So here we had quite a huge resistance as well. We touched this multiple times, then went down around 8%. So the market went bearish, and people said, okay, it's like make it or break it. Not holding 44 would directly let us dive to around 40k. But the market then impressively had a huge counter movement of around 14%. We went up to this resistance with one stop, or one small stop in between, and then just flipped this resistance to a support, and then, how I said, we held on these huge levels. So after we went up around 12%, we not saw any huge sell-offs. How you can see, more than 2 days, 2.5 days, sideways movement on such a high level with so low volatility means that no one really wanted to sell their coins. And this means that the market is ready for a next push. So if there is demand, the market will push. And then we saw this from 48,500, the market then rushed through 50k, build it now as support, still holding on these levels. If we can keep this momentum, the market can easily push to 52 or even 55k. If not holding it, we easily can go into 48, then we need to hold the 200 MA line, or we will dive down to 45 or 44k. But for now, the market is super bullish and seems to have a nice run. I hope you liked this video. If you do so, I would love you to comment, like or share this video, and we'll hear us next time when it comes to weekly crypto news and market update provided by Teroxx.